Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Taylor and I like to film knitting vlogs. So this week I've decided I'm really ready for my summer knitting to kick into high gear and I want to spend the week casting on a bunch of different projects. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna cast on a bunch of projects. So for the rest of my summer knitting plans, I do have a summer knitting plan video posted if you're curious about that. I've already finished 2 of the projects, my Sandog tee and my Bohemian jumper, and I am currently working on my Marielle blouse, which will be its own vlog. But I have 3 more projects that I really want to do for the summer that have a few kind of half deadlines on them. So I want to knit the Glød top, Glød? Or just Glød maybe? I'm forgetting, whatever, not the point. The Mathilda sweater and a sort of like sparkle shimmer poncho to wear over a dress at a wedding. I want a few other projects. I love having the Marielle blouse on the needle, but because it's lace, I want to also have like multiple stockinette projects on the go. And the Mathilda sweater is a sweater that I'm knitting for my boyfriend whose birthday is at the end of August. So I doubt I'd finish it on time, but you know, we'll cast it on at least anyways. So yeah, that's that. My cat's here. So I'm gonna cast on Lang Paillettes tonight. It's very sunny and summery outside right now, so I think I'm gonna go do this in the sun. I have no idea what needle I want to cast this on because I do want a really loose gauge, so I might make a few different gauge swatches before I fully commit, and then once that's done I'll cast on properly and we'll see how far we get from one week to the next. Okay, so I have cast on, but I have some thoughts and feelings, I guess. This was the cast on 6mm needles, and I just think like this is a little bit too dense for what I want. Like it's definitely not showing the color underneath very much. It's really reading a little bit more opaque, and it's still very pretty. It's just not what I'm going for, I think. So I sized up again to 8mm needles. Actually, first I did try with a crochet hook, but I found with this yarn, oh my god, because it has so many of these like little sequins so very close together, this is not focusing. Because these sequins are so close together, I found when I was trying to crochet it up, it ended up making like a really dense chain. So even as I was trying to like do like a double crochet, like filet crochet type of grid with the empty squares, it still felt really dense, so I didn't want that. So then this is now the 8mm and I have not got far. But this is much more open, so you can really see that color underneath. My tension's maybe a little bit wonky because clearly like the purl stitches are stretching a lot further than the knit stitches, but whatever, so long as that's consistent throughout, it'll look fine. My one thing is I actually think I might need to recast on. Oh, did I just drop a stitch? Yes. I think. Oh, maybe I dropped multiple stitches? What the hell? How is my working yarn coming out of here? Whatever, cause I might have to cast on again anyways because I think this is way too long. This is like 50 stitches and this is, yeah, okay, yeah, I have to recast on because this is already too long and that's with this like jumble up in here. So this is 50 stitches on 8mm needles, so clearly I need to go down to like at least 40, maybe 30. I don't know, hang on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, this would be minus 10. I think that's too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 35. So maybe that's what I want. Or this is 30. Oh my god, maybe I just want 30. Yeah, I think I just want 30. Wow, okay, well, we're gonna frog a little. Okay, this seems like a more reasonable length, I think. Maybe now it's too short. I'm not sure. I do feel like this will stretch a lot. We'll do a little bit more to see what this drape's like, I guess. Okay, this yarn is kind of a nightmare, but it's okay. It's worth it. It's very cute. It's kind of odd to work with, like having such big needles with a tiny yarn, but I'm managing. It's also rather comical how much it condenses, but I don't think this is going to take long overall, which is nice. So that is now in progress. And then I have made 2 gauge swatches for my other 2 cast-ons. The first one is this gauge swatch, which is for the Glød by, I think it's Julianna Smith. It's drops brushed alpaca silk in color 28. I don't know, it's blue, it's pretty. This guy is pretty like loose and light, and I know that I saw a creator make this pattern in this yarn and had to like super change her gauge swatch. I wonder if it's because I'm not holding it double, I'm only holding it single, but I am on gauge, so I don't know. But I like this pattern, and I definitely don't think I should hold it double because this is like see-through enough for me. And then the other guy I've got is for the Mathilda sweater, the guy with the fish. She's cute. This is on 5mm needles. So as much as I'm doing like a ridiculous amount of cast-ons this week, they're on huge needles, like the 8mm, 6mm, and 5mm. So it's all the large side of my Chagu set. This is in Fritted's Garn, Sadness Garn, color 2641. So yeah, I'm gonna cast probably the Glød on first, and then eventually I will cast this one on too, and then I'll have just endless stockinette projects. So we'll see. I am kind of busy this week. I don't know that I'll do anything like super fun. Hopefully I can, I don't know, hit like a cafe or something. We'll see. I'm planning on getting dinner with a friend, but I feel like I would probably knit on a different project. We'll see. I have too many things on the go right now. Yeah, so that's all. I have cast on, I'm like 5 rows deep or something. It's totally, this is gonna fit over my head. I'm not worried about that. I am a little worried that I maybe twisted my stitches. I don't really know what that looks like when you join twisted. Is that this? I don't know. It does look kind of wonky, but I don't know if that's just because the magic loop is like super exaggerated with this weird gauge, but like there's something weird happening right there. I feel like it's fine, because really like this is like a messy loose gauge with lots of fluff anyways, so how would they know? Oh, also this is a little polymer clay orange stitch marker that I made a while ago. I just put it on one of the Chagu ones. Eventually I'll put it on like a nice ring instead of on this, but that's probably all I'm gonna be doing tonight because I'm feeling antsy. So I'm gonna go work out, go for a little run, expend some energy. And then tomorrow we'll see how I feel. Maybe continue this one, maybe cast on the Mathilda. I just got back from work. We're like halfway through this week, maybe. I mean, halfway through the work week at least. This is like the back panel, and then the front panel I divided for the shoulders, for the armholes. However, I was at work today and I was like, oh, I accidentally increased right there. And this yarn is really hard to read. So I was like, kind of like, what's happening? And then I double counted and I'm actually short stitches. So I was looking and I think I like accidentally decreased on one edge, and then over here I have like a dropped stitch. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right here. This little knobby guy right there. Dropped stitch. So now I'm like, I've never had to deal with that. Usually I notice these types of mistakes way earlier, and I know I could go back and pick up all the stitches, but I'm like, what if I just ignore it? What if I just knit two together, or like increase in more on purpose? Figure out how to just tie the knit stitch in, because like it's hard to read this knitting anyways, and this is the back panel, and like my hair is so long. It'll cover that. But then at the same time, do I want to do that? So this is what I'm pondering, and my current instinct is to just ignore it. So instead of doing this, we're gonna put this on the side for now. Instead of doing this, I think I'll cast on the final sweater that I wanted to cast on this week. Yeah, that's seems like a very healthy way to deal with this.
I need you to touch me. Wait. All right, lock. Okay. Good.
right, so it is the end of the week. I started this on Friday last week, and now it's Saturday morning, so I'm gonna call it here. I have cast on everything I wanted to cast on, so pretty good. I feel like I did like all the fun things in my last update, like Thursday and Friday were really good, so there's just lots of video clips all of a sudden, whereas the rest of my week is just like knitting on my couch. But that's kind of the reality of my life. I really fit like a lot into a very short period and then tend to just like recuperate afterwards. So yeah, that's, I don't know, pretty typical. Anywho, the updates. So I guess I'll start. I have my little glimmery shawl right here. I did do like a little bit more, so we have a little bit more distance. I really don't think this is gonna be a long project, but it is a little bit tedious just because the yarn is kind of annoying to work with on these 8mm needles. And it is just a rectangle, so I might get a touch board. We'll see. I do think this is gonna be long enough, but I low-key am like, maybe I should have done a stretchy cast on, because you can tell that like up here is way looser than that cast on edge, so I might have to like super pull it. We'll see. Either way, this is so pretty. This is definitely hitting the vision of what I wanted and still being like very transparent. So very excited to keep going on that. I mean, excited enough, because like I said, it's kind of annoying, but I did also get a little basket to put it in. I already have a basket, but another one. These ones all fold down though, so it's like when there's not a project in them, they're easy to store, so it's not that big a deal, okay? I'm not just filling my house with crates like a crazy person. Anywho, so I'm almost on the Mathilda sweater. I'm almost on the first ball, and I have like a huge amount of the back panel done. I went to that frisbee game and I'd cast it on just before going, and then I finished all the German short rows at the frisbee league game. I love German short rows. I don't know why people fear them. They're very easy, and it's so fun to knit German short rows across the back panel. Like, it just feels so good to be like, I'm a little closer each time you go back and forth. I love a German short row, so that's very fun. And then like, I feel like I just did a lot of fun knitting on this one. Like, I knit at a cafe, I knit at a park, I met up with Sab, I knit by the water, many locations on this bad boy. But I'm liking it. This one's also just really fun to be knitting with the other two because it's a thicker yarn on the right size needles compared to like the really, really thin yarn on those other needles. So it feels a little more normal compared to the other knitting. So a fun one to be working on. And I'm like really happy with the way this like heathered beige is coming out. I think it's gonna end up looking like a nice rustic cottagey sweater, which is definitely what Jake wants. So that's exciting. Now, okay, the less exciting update. My Glød. Like, okay, I clearly haven't done anything since I last showed you this, but I did show this to Sab and we talked about it. And like, as much as I was kind of like, you know, 2 stitches, what sort of a difference does it make? It is 2 stitches of like pretty thick distances, right? Like, that's almost like a full, if I'm missing 2 stitches, like a full centimeter. And then like, I don't know, the increase, it's not invisible, but it's not, it's pretty obvious. Like, it's not crazy. And then the drop stitch, and I don't know, I'm honestly thinking I might just restart. And I know that's crazy, but like, this didn't take that long. It was just kind of annoying to be working like the short amount of needle of stitches on a magic loop, but there's a lot of increases right away. The problem that made this so difficult was that it's like, there's no regular rounds in between the increase rounds. So you just like keep on, like you increase the increase, so it gets really like tight and condensed in there. And I think that's how I ended up maybe missing some stitches, because they were so like sticky together, especially in this like super, super fuzzy yarn that's a little bit more difficult to read on the needles when it's like that tight in all those increases. So like, but like, I don't know, it didn't, like I said, it didn't take that long. And like, the bright side is I could like make a full project vlog about this one now, since I'm gonna frog it and just film start to finish. I fear it's an overreaction, and yet here we are. God, don't pay attention to my My nails look insane at this point with this one breaking too. This one's gone. Whatever. Don't look, as I just show you. So that's my progress on all my little cast-ons. It was really fun to get to just like spam having all of these on the go at once. I don't know. It's like not that rewarding of a video, I guess, because like there's really not a lot of progress on each project, but it like tickles the ADHD in my brain to be able to just like do a bunch of projects at once. So I hope you enjoyed, even though, yeah, there's not a lot to show for this week. Hope you had a good time. I'll obviously be updating about these projects in future vlogs, so stay tuned for that. If you liked it, you could give me a little like, a cheeky little like on the video. And I do have a bunch of others that you could watch, other project vlogs, other summer knitting vlogs. And yeah, I hope you had a great day. I hope you're having a great day. That's about all, I guess. Goodbye.